America, a global superpower, a beacon of opportunity, yet a shadow lurks beneath this shining facade, the crisis of homelessness. It's a stark contradiction, a nation of immense wealth grappling with a growing population living without stable shelter. From bustling metropolises to quiet suburbs, the plight of the homeless is a visible reminder of the complexities within American society. This essay delves into the issue of homelessness in America, exploring its causes, consequences, and potential solutions. Across the nation, millions navigate life without the security of a home. They are our neighbors, veterans, families, and individuals failed by systemic inadequacies and societal indifference. It's a multifaceted issue demanding our attention, compassion, and a collective commitment to finding lasting solutions. The image of individuals huddled beneath freeway overpasses or seeking refuge in crowded shelters is a stark contrast to the image of American prosperity. How can a nation with such vast resources allow its citizens to languish in such vulnerable conditions? This is the question that begs to be answered. As we delve deeper into this crisis, we must remember that behind the statistics are real people with real stories. Each individual experiencing homelessness has a unique set of circumstances that led them to their current situation. By understanding their stories, we can better understand the complexities of homelessness and work towards effective solutions. Homelessness, a term often used loosely, encompasses a spectrum of living situations. It is not merely the absence of a roof overhead, but rather a complex web of vulnerabilities. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, homelessness is defined as lacking a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. This definition encompasses individuals and families living in emergency shelters, transitional housing programs, or places not meant for human habitation such as cars, abandoned buildings, or on the streets. It also includes those fleeing domestic violence, escaping human trafficking, or facing eviction. Understanding the diverse experiences encapsulated within this definition is crucial. It's not just about numbers but about real people facing real challenges. We must move beyond stereotypes and recognize the humanity within this crisis. By acknowledging the various forms homelessness takes, we can better tailor interventions and support systems. A one-size-fits-all approach is inadequate, as the needs of a single mother fleeing abuse differ greatly from those of a chronically homeless veteran struggling with mental health issues. A nuanced understanding of the homeless population is vital for effective policymaking and resource allocation. The year 2024 has seen a disheartening trend, a significant increase in the homeless population across America. The latest data from HUD reveals a 7% rise compared to 2023, with over 600,000 individuals experiencing homelessness on any given night. This alarming surge underscores the urgency for immediate and effective action. While the overall numbers paint a grim picture, the situation is particularly dire for specific demographics. Families with children, veterans, and young adults are disproportionately affected, highlighting the need for targeted interventions. The lack of affordable housing, stagnant wages, and inadequate mental health services are just a few factors contributing to this upward trend. The increase in homelessness is not limited to a specific region or demographic. It's a nationwide crisis affecting urban centers, suburban communities, and rural areas alike. This widespread issue demands a comprehensive and collaborative response from all levels of government, as well as from private organizations and individuals. The data reveals a disturbing reality. Homelessness is not a static problem, but a growing epidemic. The longer we wait to address this issue at its root, the more entrenched it becomes, and the more challenging it will be to reverse the trend. Gauging the true scale of homelessness is a complex endeavor. The primary method used in the United States is the point-in-time (PIT) count, a snapshot survey conducted on a single night in January. Volunteers fan out across cities and counties attempting to count every individual experiencing homelessness, whether sheltered or unsheltered. While PIT counts provide valuable insights, they are inherently limited. Conducted on a single night during the coldest time of year, they are likely to undercount the true extent of the problem. Individuals and families doubling up with relatives or friends, couch surfing or staying in motels, are often missed in these counts, masking the true scope of housing instability. Furthermore, PT counts often struggle to reach individuals experiencing hidden homelessness, those residing in cars, abandoned buildings, or other concealed locations. These individuals, often wary of contact, are less likely to be captured in the count, leading to potential underestimates. Despite their limitations, PIT counts remain a crucial tool for understanding trends, identifying geographic hotspots, and informing policy decisions. However, it's important to remember that these numbers represent real people with complex lives and needs. Behind each data point is a story of hardship, resilience, and the urgent need for support. Section 5. Epicenters of Crisis, where homelessness hits hardest. While homelessness casts a shadow across the nation, certain regions and cities bear a disproportionate burden. California, with its soaring housing costs and large unsheltered population, consistently ranks highest in the nation for homelessness. New York, particularly New York City, also grapples with high numbers, driven by factors like limited affordable housing and a widening gap between the rich and poor. Other major metropolitan areas, including Seattle, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, also struggle with significant homeless populations. Factors such as high rents, limited job opportunities, and inadequate social safety nets contribute to the concentration of homelessness in these urban centers. However, it's important to note that homelessness is not solely an urban phenomenon. Rural communities, often lacking resources and support systems, face unique challenges in addressing homelessness. The lack of affordable housing, limited access to health care, and scarce job opportunities contribute to the vulnerability of individuals and families in rural areas. The geographic distribution of homelessness highlights the interconnectedness of this crisis with broader societal issues like income inequality, lack of affordable housing, and systemic racism. Addressing homelessness effectively requires a multi-pronged approach that considers the unique challenges faced by different regions and communities. Section 6. The Roots of Despair, Unraveling the Causes. The roots of homelessness are tangled and complex, stemming from a confluence of economic, social, and individual factors. One of the most significant drivers is the lack of affordable housing. As housing costs continue to outpace wage growth, more and more Americans are finding themselves priced out of the rental market, leaving them vulnerable to homelessness. Another contributing factor is the widening gap between the rich and the poor. Stagnant wages, coupled with rising costs for essential goods and services, make it increasingly difficult for low-income individuals and families to make ends meet. This income inequality exacerbates the risk of homelessness, particularly for those living paycheck to paycheck. Beyond economic factors, social determinants of health, such as mental illness, substance abuse, and domestic violence, also play a significant role in driving homelessness. These interconnected issues often create a vicious cycle, making it challenging for individuals to escape homelessness without adequate support. Furthermore, systemic racism and discrimination contribute to the disproportionate representation of people of color among the homeless population. Historical and ongoing inequities in housing, education, and employment opportunities create barriers to economic stability and increase vulnerability to homelessness. Section 7. Voices from the Streets, Stories of Struggle and Resilience. Behind the statistics are real people with real stories. Each person experiencing homelessness carries a unique narrative of hardship and resilience. Sharing these stories humanizes the issue and fosters empathy. Sarah, a single mother, fled an abusive relationship and found refuge in a shelter. Her story highlights the plight of many women facing homelessness due to domestic violence. John, a veteran with PTSD, struggles with addiction and homelessness. His experience underscores the challenges faced by many veterans. These stories reveal the human toll of homelessness and the need for compassionate solutions. Section 8. Seeds of Hope. Initiatives tackling homelessness. Despite the daunting challenges, a glimmer of hope emerges from the tireless efforts of individuals, organizations, and communities working to address homelessness. From grassroots initiatives to large-scale government programs, a multitude of approaches are being employed to combat this complex issue. One promising approach is the Housing First model, which prioritizes providing individuals with permanent housing without preconditions such as sobriety or employment. This approach recognizes that stable housing is a fundamental human need and a crucial foundation for addressing other challenges like addiction or mental illness. Another critical strategy is the expansion of affordable housing options. By increasing the supply of safe, decent, and affordable housing units, communities can help prevent homelessness before it occurs. particularly for low-income individuals and families struggling to keep up with rising housing costs. Furthermore, wraparound services that address the multifaceted needs of individuals experiencing homelessness are essential for long-term success. This includes access to mental health care, substance abuse treatment, job training, and other support services tailored to individual needs. Section 9. A call to action, the urgency for lasting solutions. The crisis of homelessness in America is a complex and multifaceted issue demanding immediate and sustained attention. It's a moral stain on our nation's conscience, a stark reminder that even in the land of opportunity, far too many are left behind. Addressing this crisis requires a collective commitment from all sectors of society, from government agencies to private organizations to individuals. We must move beyond band-aid solutions and address the root causes of homelessness, including the lack of affordable housing, income inequality, and inadequate access to healthcare and support services. This requires a multi-pronged approach that includes expanding affordable housing options, investing in preventive measures, and providing comprehensive wraparound services for those in need. The time for complacency is long gone. We must act now, with compassion, urgency, and an unwavering commitment to finding lasting solutions. The well-being of our communities, the strength of our nation, and the very essence of our humanity depend on it. Let us rise to the challenge and create a future where everyone has a safe and stable place to call home.